Hello everyone. Welcome to our ninth lecture. This lecture is based on two machine system with losses. Okay. In earlier in earlier lecture or in preceding section we have seen two machine system without losses. Two machine system without losses. Okay, in that we have seen maximum steady state stability limit occurs at del equal to 90 degrees, occurs at del equal to 90 degrees. This already we have seen. Now we'll see two machine system with losses. We know that every electrical circuit has losses. The method of finding steady state stability limit taking losses into consideration should be developed not only for the use where losses are high but also for establishing the accuracy of approximate methods. We know we know that in practical we have losses. There is nothing like ideal. Okay, we have certain losses in the transmission line. That's why studying study of this two machine system with losses is important. Okay, now in this steady state stability limit of a circuit consisting of a resistance is complicated by following facts. Following fact means we know that due to losses sending end power P sending is greater than receiving end power P receiving end power. Okay, that means we know due to losses sending in power is greater than the receiving in power, and also it occurs at different angular separation. Sending in power, suppose I am considering it as del 1, then receiving in power I have to consider it at del 2. Okay, it will not remain same, it will be del 2. Okay, this del 1 and del 2 will not be similar. Okay, also second fact, this is our first fact. Second fact is that maximum stable angle depend upon the relative inertias of the machine. Suppose at sending end we have generator, at receiving end we have motor, then this inertia motor have inertia, this also have inertia, then this stable angle between this means del 1 minus del 2, this depend upon the relative inertias of the two machines. Okay, if I am considering two machine system, generator connected to the motor, that means the final stable angle depend upon the relative inertias of the two machines. Now, here we have considered the reactance network between the terminals of the two machines, and this reactance network we have considered, and it is reduced to an equivalent pi. It is reduced to equivalent pi. This we know generator reactance, this is motor reactance, this is transfer reactance, this is shunt branches, these are capacity, or although it may be inductive also. Okay, these are shunt branches, XS and XR. Okay, now in our case, if here we have to apply Thevenin's theorem. If I am considering this side, generator side and motor side, then to this part I am applying a Thevenin's theorem, and to the second part I am applying again a Thevenin's theorem. This is motor side, this is generator side. Okay, so we have studied this Thevenin's theorem in first year. Okay, whatever voltage appearing across this axis, that will be our Thevenin's open circuit voltage. Okay, Thevenin's open circuit voltage. Okay, and RTH will be this is parallel combination of this x1 and xs, so that we can write as x1 dash as x1 into xs divided by x1 plus xs. Okay, this is for generator side. For motor side, that RTH or that is x2 dash will be, this is x1 dash, it will be x2 into xr divided by x2 plus xr. Okay, so this is at motor side. Okay, this is our at generator side. Okay, we have applied Thevenin's theorem at this side as well as to this side. Okay, now open circuit voltage that will denote as E1 dash and E2 dash. So that applying a voltage division law, we know if you can apply a KVL to this theorem, we have, or you can, Thevenin's theorem. If we want to calculate open circuit voltage, then this will be E1 into this XS into E1 divided by X1 plus XS. Okay, why? Because this is across XS. We can apply KVL to this side, or we can apply voltage division rule. Okay, so whatever voltage appearing across this axis will be our E1 dash, that is open circuit voltage, and this is our Thevenin's formula E1 dash, and this is x1 into E1 divided by x1 plus xs. Okay, while here E2 dash will be open circuit voltage XR into E2 divided by X2 plus XR. Okay, see here. This is our E2. Okay, now this X1 dash by XS, this is X1 plus X1 into X1 plus X1 upon X1 plus XS. Okay, so this will be our, so this we can replace XS upon x1 plus xs, we can replace from the equation number 5. So it will be x1 dash upon x1 into E1. And then from this equation 6, from equation C, we will get x1 x2 dash upon x2 into E2 will be E2 dash. Okay, so then the circuit of figures and reduce the series circuit by use of Thevenin's theorem. This can be reduced to this network x1 in parallel with xs, x2 in parallel with xr. This is our x2 dash and this is our x1 dash. This we have reduced, and finally we can find out steady state stability limit, that is E1 dash into E2 dash divided by x1 dash plus xc plus x2 dash. Here we have considered the losses. That means the system with losses we have considered. Okay, now here again we have to find out how to find, we will in next lectures we'll see how to find out steady state stability limit of a system consisting of a losses by means of Clark diagram. In our 7th and 8th lecture we have seen finding out steady state stability limit by use of Clark diagram. Okay, we have also drawn on the graph paper. Okay, same we have to draw for the system consisting of the losses. Okay, now this nominal pi network and equivalent pi, then uh, in the norm this in this if I'm replacing that reactance network with the admittance network, then it will be like this. Okay, this that is our transfer reactance. Okay, now two machine system with the losses and the power angle curve. Now the power angle curve of two machine we'll consider first. Okay, now we have seen when we are considering the two machine system without losses. When we are considering two machine system without losses, then in that case sending end power is equal to the receiving end. So whatever power you are sending, same you are receiving. Okay, this is P versus del curve. Okay, this is P versus del curve. Okay, and maximum steady state stability maximum power is, this is our P max. This is our P max. Okay, it occurs at del equal to, this occurs at del equal to 90 degrees. Okay, it is when we are considering the system without losses, when we are considering the system without losses. Okay, now here we have two machine system with losses. So we have to find out the power angle curve. We have to find out the power angle curve for this two machine system with losses. Now we know this notation already. You have studied in power system analysis that y12 it is the mutual admittance of the terminal 1 and 2. If I'm considering generator generator its reactance xc x2, it is connected to motor. Okay, in between this transfer reactance. Okay, so this terminal 1 and terminal 2. Okay, generator 1 is terminal 1 and generator 2 is motor is terminal 2. Then y12 is the mutual admittance of the terminals 1 and 2. Y11 is the self admittance of terminal 1. Y22 is the self admittance of terminal 2, that is receiving end. While y12 small y12 at an angle of minus theta 12, it is admittance of architrave of pi, also called as transfer admittance. This is our transfer admittance. This is our transfer admittance. Okay, xe. Okay, transfer reactance, and 1 by x is transfer admittance. Okay, y01 is the admittance of pillar pi, y02 is the admittance of pillar pi at receiving end, angle of transfer architrave impedance. Okay, this is small theta 1 2. Okay. Internal voltage of machine 1, that is generator. Internal voltage of machine 2, that is motor, E2 at an angle of del 2. Now we have seen, or we have, while starting this lecture, we know this steady state stability limit consisting of the losses have two facts: sending end power. Sending end power is greater than receiving end power, and it occurs at different angular separation. Okay, okay. Second is it depends on the relative inertia of the machine. Okay, so that's why this is at del 1 and this is at del 2, and final del is del 1 minus del 2. Why it is del 1 minus del 2? Because E1 leads E2. Okay, the angle by which E1 leads E2, so it will be del 1 minus del 2. Okay, now this y12 is equal to y21, that is minus y12 small, and it is this, we can write this minus y12, we can write as y12 at an angle of 180 degree minus theta 12, while y11 y01 plus y12 y22 y02 plus y12, this already we know. Okay, so I will not go in detail to this. Okay, now this theta 12 is equal to theta 21, so this is our theta 1 2. Capital theta 1 2 is 180 degrees minus small theta 1 2. It is admittance transfer admittance angle. Okay, the power input to the network at sending end, this equation we can write E1 square y11 cos of theta 11 E1 E2 into y12 cos of theta 12 minus del 1 plus del 2. Okay, now this theta 12 we can replace, this theta 12 we can replace by 180 degree minus small theta 12. This is minus del 1 plus del 2, we can replace del 1 minus del 2 is equal to del, so it will be minus del. So this we can replace, we'll get this, and this we can replace as E1 square y11 cos of theta 12 E1 into cos of del plus theta 12 minus 180 degrees. Okay, cos of minus theta is equal to cos of theta. Okay, as the input and the receiving end, it will be negative out, and input at the receiving end, output if negative, this that will be our minus p2. That means whatever we have receiving, that is that we can consider in the reverse. That means that we are receiving, we are not sending na, so we are receiving, so that's why we put at it as minus. Okay, so p2 is equal to e2 square y22 cos of theta 22 e1 into e2 y21 cos of theta 21 minus del 2 plus del 1. Okay, so this first term, that means in second term, first term is common in both the equation sending end and receiving end, while second term contains this term. Okay, it is e1 e2 y12 cos of 180 degree minus, now this theta 12 we have to, this theta 12 we have to replace by 180 degree minus small theta 12. So we have replaced 180 degree minus small theta 12, del 1 minus del 2 we have replaced by del. Now this we can replace this, this is 180 degree minus theta 12 plus del. So del, this is 180 degree minus theta 12 is our 180 degree minus theta 12 is minus theta 12, and 180 degree minus theta 12, so it will be minus of minus of minus theta 12. So this is our power input at the receiving end. Okay, this term will remain constant. Okay, this term will remain constant. Now important in this equation 31 and equation 32, these two terms are important. Okay, we'll see, we'll see here. Look here, here sending in power, if I'm considering a system consisting of the losses, system considering of the losses, that means del, definitely del is less than 90. If del is less than 90 means, if del is less than 90 means what, this del is less than 90, so this theta 12, definitely theta 12 will be greater than 90. Theta 12 is greater than 9 with fixed magnitudes of internal to e1 and e2. First term and last equation is constant, while second term is a cosine function. Maximum output the machine of machine 1, the generator occurs at del equal to 180 degree minus theta 12. Okay, and maximum input of machine 2 occurs at del equal to theta 12 is equal to del m2. What I am telling you, when I am considering the losses, del is less than 90. Del is less than 90 means this theta 12 is less than 90 degrees. Theta 12 is less than 90 degree. In case of sending end, when it will be maximum, when value of del is equal to 180 degrees minus theta 12. Okay, then and then we'll get maximum sending end power. Okay, when we are considering the losses, this theta 12 is less than 90. This theta 12 is less than 90, so 180 degree minus less than 90, so del will be, that del is equal to del m1 will be greater than 90. You got it? This at sending end, this is del m1 and it is greater than 90 when I am considering the losses. Okay, while at receiving end, when it will be maximum, when this term will be maximum, when this term will be maximum, when del is equal to theta 12, when del is equal to theta 12. Okay, in case of system consisting of the losses, this theta 12 is less than 90. Theta 12 is less than 90 means this del is less than 90, so that means this del m2 del m2 is less than 90. Got it? Here it will be greater than 90 and here it will be less than 90. In sending end power, del m1 is greater than 90, and receiving end it is less than 90. Okay. If theta 12 is the angle of arbitrary impedance, if the impedance consists of pure inductive network reactances, as in case of previously considered, theta 12 is exactly 90 degree. Both maximum occurs at del equal to 90 degree. Okay, that means it is lossless system. But when we are considering the losses, then definitely this will not be true. Okay. Now the power angle curves for these two cases we will plot. Okay, if the arbitrary impedance consisting of positive resistance and inductive reactance, theta 12 is less than 90. That already I have told. Okay, in this case, if I am considering this, then here del m1 is, we have seen now what we have seen just now. We have seen. Okay, in this case, this is sending end and receiving end. Theta 12 is less than 90. Theta 12 is less than 90. So del m1 will be greater than 90. Okay. So del m1 will be greater than 90. Okay. So that's why this is our 90 and it is greater than 90. Okay. We have plotted, we have not drawn, it is exactly at 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree del. Okay, this is maximum, this is 90 degree. Okay, it is greater than 90. Here you can see it is greater than 90. Okay, while del m2 already we have discussed, when we are considering r positive resistance, this is positive resistance. Why it is called as positive resistance? One machine connected to the second machine. Okay, in between that resistance and inductance is connected. Okay, we write z as r plus jx, so it is plus r, so it is positive resistance and inductance. Okay, positive resistance and inductance, and in this case theta 12 is less than 90. अगर थीटा 12 लेस देन 90 है, ये इक्वेशन में हमने अगर ये पुट किया है वैल्यू, तो ये वैल्यू del m1 हमारी ग्रेटर देन, विल गेट del m1 एज ग्रेटर देन 90 एंड del m2 लेस देन 90. ओके, तो सेंडिंग एंड पावर हमने ये ग्राफ के अपर साइड में दिखाया है. ओके, रिसीविंग एंड पावर हम विल शो एज इन द लोअर साइड. ओके, will show on the next quadrant or next below that sending in power. Okay, so this is our P1 sending end power. It occurs at greater than 90, while receiving end power it is less than 90 से पीछे देखो, it is less than 90. This is our del m2, this is our del m1. Okay, while losses we have shown, it is I square R loss, it is P1 plus P2. Okay, understood how this power angle curve are drawn for considering the system having losses, and that too we are considering this positive, first case is positive resistance and inductive reactance. Okay, power angle curve of two machines connected through series resistance and inductive reactance. Okay, okay. Now this is first case. Now in second case, we'll consider, the negative resistance. What negative resistance means? In negative resistance we'll consider that two machines, that means that shunt, we are connecting, we are considering shunt connected load. This is our reactance. Here we are considering the load, and here we are considering the reactance. That means this is our jx, this is our r. Okay, Then if I need to convert this star into, I want a transfer reactance, then this star I have to convert into delta. We have seen in the first year this star is how to convert star into delta. Then this will be our jx plus jx plus jx into jx divided by r. So it will be minus x by r. Here r is, we are getting minus sign, minus x square by r. So minus r. So that's why when resistance or when the loads are connected in parallel, that is called as negative resistance. That is called as negative resistance. Another possibility is that the arbitrary impedance has negative resistance. When it is negative resistance, this can occur, for example, if there is a shunt resistance as shown on the circuit diagram of the figure 10. Okay, that we'll see like this. Okay, the T, when the T circuit shown there is converted to a pi, the arbitrary impedance is this. Okay, the real part is negative. This part, real part is negative. With negative resistance and inductive reactance, phi 12 lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. This phi 12 lies between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. That means greater than 90 and less than 180 degree. Okay, 512, this 512 is greater than 90 and less than 180 degrees. Okay, this 512 is greater than 90. Okay, so look here, this is our negative resistance. Okay, where we have considered this already we had drawn jx, this is r. Okay, now as we have discussed 512 in negative resistance, 512 is greater than 90. If 512 is greater than 90, now we'll put this in this equation. If I'm putting this in this equation, 512 greater than 90, what is our del? Del is 180 degree minus 512. Okay, I will write here. Del m1 is 180 degree minus 512. Okay, while del m2 from equation 32, again I will go back. Del is equal to 512 is equal to del m2. When it will occur, when this P2 will be maximum, when del is equal to 512. So that's why del is equal to 512 is equal to del m2. Now I will write that del m2 is equal to 512. Okay, now already we have told 512 greater than 90, 512 greater than 90. So that's why del m1 will be less than 90. Del m1 will be less than 90. तो सेंडिंग इन पावर जो रहेगी वो कब ऑकर होगी? डेल एम वन कितना होगा वो केस में? इट विल बी लेस देन 90. अभी देखो यहाँ पे 90 है, लेस देन 90 इज डेल एम वन. Okay, this is our sending in power. Okay, like that our shape of the curve change. Okay, now del m2, it is equal to 512, so it is greater than 90, greater than 90. That's why it is del m2 is greater than 90. It is sending in power. Now the shape of curve is changed. Okay, this is our shunt load. Okay, this is sending in power, this is receiving in power. In both cases power angle curve is changed, while in earlier case, I will show here. In earlier case, without losses, what we have, without losses only we have this thing. Okay, P versus del, both P1 P2. Okay, Maximum occurs at del is equal to 90 degrees. Okay. While when we are considering the two machine system, when we are considering two machine system with losses, if I am considering two machine system with losses, then we have two cases. We have two cases. First case, positive resistance R plus Jx. Okay, R plus Jx. Okay, in that case, del M1 is 180 degrees minus theta 12. Okay, and del M2 is equal to theta 12. Okay, so this is in positive resistance case. Okay, now in this case power angle curve will vary according to this. In positive resistance we will get this theta 12 is less than 90. Theta 12 is less than 90, that's why del m1 is greater than 90 and del m2 less than 90. Okay, so in this case, in first case power angle curve we can draw like this. Okay, del m1 greater than 90. Here is 90, del m1 greater than 90. Okay, this is our P1, this is del m1. Okay, while del m2 less than 90, here is less than 90, this is our 90, this is sending in power greater than receiving in power. Okay, this is less than 90. Okay, if I am considering the negative resistance, then x, then again x, jx, jx and shunt load. Okay, then negate in negative resistance, in negative resistance this theta 12 is greater than 90, theta 12 is greater than 90, that's why del m1 is less than 90. Okay, del m1 is less than 90 and del m2 it is equal to theta 12, so it will be greater than 90. Now how to draw power angle curve? How to draw power angle curve? Okay, here I had drawn like this. Okay, you have to draw properly. Here it is del m1 is less than 90. Okay, so I will start from here. This is our 90. Maximum occurs less than 90, so it will be this is del m1. Okay, and del m2 greater than 90. Okay, this is del m2, it is greater than 90. This is 90, here it is greater than 90. Del m1 is less than 90. Okay, this is negative resistance, this is our negative resistance. Okay, now you can see positive resistance, this is for positive resistance. Here you have to draw it properly. Look here how these diagrams are drawn, how these power angle curves are drawn for positive resistance as well as negative resistance. Del m1 greater than 90, del m2 less than 90 for positive resistance. Okay, for negative resistance del m1 less than 90 and del m2 greater than 90. Okay, significance I will tell in the next lecture. Okay, thank you very much.